It is Friday, June 24th in the MLB, and I'm Austin from Calling Our Shot.
And I'm Logan from Calling Our Shot.
We are back with our 4 best picks. We got 2 game picks, 1 player prop, and 1 no-one first inning coming your guys' way.
Friday, that means good vibes. So good vibes mean going down real quick and hitting that subscribe button just for us. It takes you 0.5 seconds out of your day, and it really helps us grow this channel.
Let's hop into a recap of yesterday. It was a 1-2 day. Now, we did have Braves minus 0.5, the first 5 run line, easy catch. Buxton was out, so I did add a rise. He ended up going 0 for 4, very unlike a rise. And then the Cubs, Pirates, no run first inning was a brutal one. Just a meatball right over the plate, just a sky-high home run. It was tough. You can't really count on the bank on a home run to ruin that. But either way, we're going to keep getting into it. Now, our parlay of the day did not hit. Dang, Padres rested Cronenworth and Voit, and Machado was also out. So they were missing 3 of their top 3 hitters, probably, you could argue. So that sucked. But I do post an underdog parlay every day now. Trey Turner, Dansby Swanson both hit their over 1.5 bases. So we also had Buxton in here, but obviously Buxton did not play. But this did cash. So if you guys have been tailing, I'll put another one in the pinned comment section down below. We appreciate you guys always for supporting the channel. And of course, like I said, we got 4 picks today, so we're not going to waste any more of your time. Let's get into Friday. Logan, what's your first play?
Yeah, we're going with a money line pick. It was a good game yesterday. Hope it lives up to the billing today. Yankees versus Astros, and I'm rolling with the Bronx Bombers in this one. I'm taking Yankees money line minus 122 odds on FanDuel. As Austin's pulling it up right here, really standard across the books. Really interesting, right? The pitching matchup in this one, right? Luis Severino coming in with a 2.33 ERA at home and a 1.01 WHIP. I love those numbers for Severino because last time I picked Severino, him and his bullpen sold me. He gave up a really juicy home run. He was walking a ton of people. He really did melt down versus the Blue Jays. I think everyone remembers when I angrily picked the Yankees. This one, I'm no heart involved. I think they're just the better team. They showed it yesterday in their come from behind win. And Severino in his last 3 starts, 5-1-0 earned runs in those 3. 5 was the last time I picked him. But look at those strikeout numbers. He's got those put away pitches. He really does put fear in batters' eyes. 9, 10, and 10 strikeouts in each of his last 3 starts. Double-digit strikeouts is amazing, and it's really hard to do. Now, against the Astros team, right, like they don't strike out a ton, so he's going to have his work cut out for him. But you know what, like Severino, Verlander, who's pitching for the Astros, had a rough time in his last outing. He gave up 4 earned runs to the White Sox. That was weird, right? Because whenever Verlander's on the mound, he's always a minus 250 type favorite. But it could be telling that they're underdogs today, right? It really, the signs are pointing. I think a lot of people might pick value or Astros for value because, I mean, Verlander should give them a decent chance to win. But I do like the Yankees bats at home, and I think they can definitely either drive up his pitch count or put him into some pinches, right? LeMahieu, 7 for 20 versus Verlander. It would be great to have some runners on base, top half of the lineup. LeMahieu should be batting in that top half of the lineup. So if he can get on base, maybe set up a Judge 2-run home run, we'd love to see that, right? Judge the hero yesterday. New York Yankees, 3rd in OPS in June and at home overall. They've been a great team both at home and in the month of June, right? They've been swinging hot bats. Houston also is 4th in OPS first in June. For what that's worth, Houston has their offense has been finally putting it together. And last bit of note, Houston 1st in bullpen ERA, New York Yankees 2nd in bullpen ERA. This game's going to be really close. It's going to be really down to the wire. But after what I saw last night, I just have to pick the Yankees in this one. I've learned my lesson against going against the Bronx Bombers. They got some magic horseshoe in that stadium right now, and they're riding a really hot trend. So I am going to pick the Yankees in this one. But Austin, what do you got for your first pick?
Yeah, so I really do like the Yankees. I mean, you put up a lot of stats. They're more or less break even right next to each other, and at least the Yankees know how to hit as well as they can at home. So I think they can get that done. Now I'm going to go to a game pick first, then we'll have a player prop. Going to the White Sox minus 0.5 or the run line in the first 5 innings versus the Baltimore Orioles. This is minus 120 on DraftKings Sportsbook. So we see a couple different books with similar odds. I mean, minus 135, minus 128, sharper books at minus 119. And now I'll give you a spoiler. This is one of the legs of the parlay. So if you want to see the other leg of the parlay, click the top link in the description for Odds Jam. You can definitely go check it out. But let's talk with the White Sox. Yesterday, they lost 4-0. They stranded 23 base runners. A lot of guys were just sitting on base saying, hey, Jake Berger, hey, Tim Anderson, hit me in. And they were like, nah, we're good. And they just didn't score any runs. Like I said, losing 4-0 to the Orioles. And they may be without Luis Robert today, which I don't love not having Luis Robert. He's been hitting over 400 the past couple weeks. But their other hitters are capable. Like I said, you don't get 23 base runners being a trash offense. They had 9 hits, just couldn't hit anyone in. Now today, they'll be facing Austin Voth of the Orioles. And like, I hate fading the fellow Austin. I want to root for you, man. But today I'm going to have to fade you today because he has an 8.39 ERA, 2.03 whip. The guy hasn't been good this year, and he's a reliever turned starter. This is not a guy that's going to go 5 innings pitch. And if he does, we're probably going to lose this bet because that means he's pitching a gem. But they're going to likely turn to their bullpen, which statistically speaking, their bullpen has been pretty solid this year, but I think it's due for a couple runs. They got some turkey tossers, as we like to call them, in that bullpen out there. Now, Baltimore has been a very good team after a win, only 10-21, team that doesn't like to string together back-to-back wins. And you look at the White Sox, they've now lost 2 in a row, which they have been a very good team in June. They've lost 2 in a row. I think they bounced back here. Now, we look at the White Sox, they'll be starting Michael Kopech. He's one of the best starters they can start. And look, he's 2-3 this year, so it might look like the record's not great, but 2.38 ERA, 0.99 whip. He's due to get some wins, and at home, he's been even better. He has a 1.57 ERA, 0.73 whip. Look, the guy's been absolutely remarkable this year, has been getting a ton of run support. I think he gets that today, but Kopech actually coming off one of his worst starts of the year. Gave up only 5 innings pitched, 7 hits, and 4 earned runs allowed to the Astros offense. Like Logan was saying, Astros have kind of turned it around, and he got rocked by them. But this season, when you've seen Kopech give up at least 1 or more earned run, the next start he has not allowed a single earned run. He's been absolutely remarkable, bouncing back in games, and that's happened 4 straight times where he's allowed a run, and then the next start he didn't allow any. Like I said, he's due a little bit more wins. And look, over the last 2 weeks, White Sox batting .308 versus right-handed pitchers. Voth is a right-handed pitcher. Look, that's the best in the MLB by a large margin. So I really like the White Sox to not only get us this straight play, but also get that first leg of the parlay down, taking them first 5 run line. Don't really want to mess with the bullpens. The White Sox bullpen can come in and sell us. I just want to go straight to starters and whoever wants to come in after Voth after he pitches, hopefully less than an inning. Hopefully they rock him early. But either way, like the White Sox today. Now, moving on to my second pick, though. Paul Goldschmidt taking his over in bases, 1.5, -105 on Caesar Sportsbook. So we see kind of all over the place. We got to scroll down a little bit for Mr. Paul, but you see a couple different books around the edge. I mean, you see the sharper books at -116. So why do we like Paul today? I mean, he's been arguably one of the best hitters in the MLB this season. He's at this over in 8 of his last 10 games. He's hit .340 on the year. 17 home runs, 23 doubles. He doesn't have a triple to his name, but maybe Paul can get a triple today. But look, this is a guy that has a lot of power, and he's facing Kyle Hendricks too. We've seen Kyle Hendricks implode a ton this year, and lifetime versus Hendricks batting 13 for 41. That's .317, and 9 of the 13 hits were doubles. Look, that shows this guy's hitting him pretty well. If you're just seeing a guy get some singles, that just means he might be getting just barely being able to hit it through the like gaps in the offense. But look, this guy, the defense, but you see 9 out of 13 of his hits are doubles. He sees Hendricks pitches pretty well, and Goldschmidt turns it up an extra notch at home, batting .402 at home this year. 20 of his extra base hits have been at home, despite having 28 less plate appearances than on the road. 13 of his 17 home runs have come versus right-handed pitchers. Hendricks is a righty. And look, if they want to throw in a left-handed pitcher in the bullpen, that's fine, because they think he's batting over 400 versus lefties this year. Goldschmidt over 300 in all 4 of the top pitches that Hendricks is going to throw at him. Look, I really like Paul Goldschmidt today. Maybe it's a home run for us, but I really like him to get the over 1.5 bases. But I also have an underdog parlay in the pin comment. Like I said, it cashed yesterday. I'm going to put out a couple other props. I won't bet all those guys straight, but I really like Paul Goldschmidt as a straight leg. He'll probably be in that underdog parlay in the pin comment. So definitely check that out. Maybe we can hit another one of those bad boys. But Logan, you know what time it is, baby. It's Nerf Nation. We have those flags. Yesterday was just a brutal one, but we're going to bounce back today because we really like what we got cooked up for you. Now, there are a couple. We'll talk maybe about leans. Maybe Logan will give you a lean or two. But today, our official play, Tigers, Diamondbacks. We're going the Tigers, Diamondbacks, no run first inning, 6 quick outs, -109 on Barstool Sportsbook. Look, we love targeting these ones with even value, and you can see it's about even value across all the books. So fine with us. But it's more of a coin flip bet, and you'll see that. Merrill Kelly, great pitcher, 3.06 ERA at home this year. Merrill Kelly, I'm going to have to ask you one thing, man. 3 outs. That's all I need. You're 7-7 on no run first innings this year. Like, that's a lot of L's in there from Mr. Merrill Kelly. But I do want to say, if you look closer into his numbers, look, for 3 of those came against the Dodgers, the NRFIs. A couple other came against the Rockies and the Twins. So those are 5 of his 7 no run first innings ruined by very good offenses. Look, if Detroit wants to ruin him today, then so be it, because Detroit's 28th in first inning runs and 30th on the road, 30th in OPS on the road. Look, I'm fine if they want to go out there and just put up some runs early against Merrill Kelly. We've obviously seen him apparently struggle to get into the beginning of games, but if he can't do it against the Tigers, he can't do it against anyone. So, Merrill Kelly, I'm asking you for 3 outs. Who's the other guy that we're asking for, Logan?
Yeah, how about Rony Garcia? Rony Garcia, now we limited sample size for him. He's 2-3 on no run first innings this year. If you only have 5 games and 3 of them are Yerfis, yeah,
He's
little bit of
due.
a sweat this one. This one's gonna have to be a sweaty Yerfi, no doubt about it. But Arizona, as you mentioned, we're banking on bad offense in this one. Arizona 25th in first inning runs, and Arizona 28th in OPS at home. So they're historically not, or the season long, not batting well at home, not batting well in the first inning. And the over-under to this game is at the 8.5. 8.5 is like the over-under where they said it like, well, one of these pitchers could make a mistake, or it could just be a pillow fight, like a 3-2 type game. So I am going to go ahead and roll with the no run first inning in this one, Austin. I believe in Merrill Kelly. I believe in Rony Garcia. And you mentioned a couple other leans we looked at. You know what? I looked at really hard that Padres versus Phillies one. Obviously you love to see Noah on the mound. I don't know. I just get a weird Yerfy feeling about that one right in my stomach. It's a gut feeling. Can't explain it. And then also I kind of looked at Blue Jays versus Brewers. I like that one just simply because I think both those offenses are a little bit overrated. You see them on paper and you're like, yeah, they swing for the fences a lot, which results in a lot of no run first innings. But though we're riding with this one, we're riding on some trash offense, and we're gonna fly these flags on the Friday.
I agree. We're flying the flags on Friday night. This is going to be, I think, one of the latest games on the slate. I think a 9:40 start p.m. Eastern time. So we're flying them. Ronnie Garcia owes us some money. The last time we took a Nerfy for the Tigers, he allowed a Yerfy. So they owe us some money. Those are our 4 picks of the day. Obviously, put that underdog parlay in the pinned comment, and definitely go check out the odds jam parlay of the day. I already gave you one leg. I'll give you a hint. The other one might be on the Blue Jays versus Brewers game. We appreciate you guys as always. Have a great day. We'll see you guys again Saturday morning.